Imagine this. After weeks of standing on the biggest stadium stages across Europe, after hearing his name chanted by tens of thousands of people in Madrid, Brussels, Munich, London, and Paris, one man finally closed out that chapter of his schedule by stepping onto an even bigger stage. The final of the 2026 World Cup, watched by billions of people around the world. And after all that euphoria settled down, after the stage lights went dark and the performance outfit came off, all he needed was one simple thing: to go home. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a true ARMY, this is a video you can't miss, because today we're diving deep into the incredible journey of Kim Taehyung, aka V of BTS, from the grand stages of Europe to the spotlight of the 2026 World Cup final, all the way to the moment millions of fans have been waiting for: his return home to Korea and the possibility of a warm welcome from his closest friends, the Wuga squad. Grab your snacks, maybe grab some tissues too, because this is shaping up to be one of the most touching chapters of BTS's journey this year. Let's get right into it. So for those who haven't been keeping up, 2026 is the year of BTS's full comeback as a complete group. After nearly 3 years of ARMY waiting for all 7 members to finish their mandatory military service, BTS finally returned with a massive world tour called the Ararang World Tour, a tour spanning dozens of cities across 5 continents, with dozens of shows running from 2026 into 2027. One of the most anticipated legs of this tour is the European leg, which ran from June through July 2026. Picture the route, starting in Madrid, Spain, then on to Brussels in Belgium, then Munich in Germany, then London in the UK, and closing out magically in Paris, France. 5 major European cities, with tickets selling out within hours of going on sale. In every city, Taehyung performed with incredible energy. The ARMY who attended witnessed firsthand how he, together with the 6 other members, brought beloved classic songs back to life, while also introducing new material from their comeback. Packed stadiums, ARMY bomb lightsticks glowing in perfect sync with the stage rhythm, and tears of joy from fans finally seeing BTS perform together again after years of waiting. All of it created an atmosphere that was truly unforgettable. For Taehyung personally, this European tour wasn't just about the stage. In the period leading up to the group's full comeback, he was known for staying active in the international fashion world, including his role as a global ambassador for the luxury brand Celine, which had taken him back and forth to prestigious fashion shows in Paris. So when the tour brought him back to cities he already knew well through fashion, there was a strange mix of familiarity and newness. Familiar because he'd walked those streets before, but new because this time he stood there as part of a fully reunited BTS. Try to imagine the pressure he must have felt. Every night, thousands of eyes were on him. Every movement, every facial expression, captured by thousands of cameras and going viral within minutes. On top of that, a brutal schedule, city after city, country after country, adjusting to new time zones, all while still needing to deliver a flawless performance every single night. But what touched ARMY even more was how, in the middle of that insane schedule, the BTS members, including Taehyung, kept showing their warmth toward fans. Small interactions on stage, a smile toward the camera, a wave toward fans in the back rows who might not even be clearly visible. Little things like these are exactly what make ARMY love them even more. And behind all the grandeur of the European stages, something else started being talked about among fans. That once this European leg wrapped up, Taehyung's schedule wasn't over yet. Because waiting ahead of him was an even bigger stage, one watched not just by ARMY, but by the entire world that loves football. This is the part that got even people outside the ARMY fandom excited. On July 19th, 2026, at New York, New Jersey Stadium in East Rutherford, the World Cup final brought Spain up against Argentina. But what made this moment special wasn't just about who would lift the trophy. It was the halftime show, staged for the very first time in the tournament's history on this kind of scale. BTS was chosen as one of the headline performers, sharing the stage with legendary names like Madonna, Shakira, and Justin Bieber. This was truly a moment that marked how K-pop, and BTS specifically, had broken through the boundaries of the music industry to become part of global pop culture, recognized even in a space as massive as the World Cup. What made ARMY even prouder was that BTS's performance on that final stage was wrapped in a deeply personal, distinctly Korean touch. They performed dressed in the colors of South Korea's Red Devils supporters, red, black, and white, as a tribute to their home country's football fans. This moment became a powerful symbol. On a stage as big as the world itself, BTS still proudly carried their Korean identity. Try to picture Taehyung's position in that moment. After wrapping up the long European leg of the tour, he had to fly across the world to North America, adjust to a drastically different time zone, and then immediately be expected to perform at his best on one of the most watched stages of the year. This wasn't just about physical stamina, it was about mental strength too. Performing in front of billions of eyes, sharing a stage with global music icons, all while carrying the weight of Korea and BTS's name on his shoulders. BTS's 11-minute performance on that final stage became a worldwide trending topic. Netizens from different countries praised how K-pop, once dismissed as a niche genre, had truly become part of one of the biggest entertainment stages on Earth. This also continued K-pop's growing footprint at the World Cup. Jungkook had already made history earlier as the first Korean artist to perform an official World Cup song, back at the 2022 Qatar tournament. But for Taehyung personally, this moment carried an even deeper meaning. After years of completing mandatory military service, followed by a packed comeback schedule throughout 2026, performing at the World Cup final felt like a culmination. Real proof that all that long, difficult journey had paid off in the biggest way possible. From a training ground far from any spotlight, to standing once again on a stage watched by nearly half the world's population. And once the curtain closed on that performance, once the cheering crowd quieted down, what remained was an honest kind of exhaustion, physical and emotional fatigue from months of relentless schedules. It was finally time to go home. This is the part that always makes ARMY melt every single time. Because no matter how massive the stage, no matter how loud the cheers from the crowd, at the end of the day the members of BTS, including Taehyung, are still just human beings who need to rest, who need to come home, and who need to be surrounded by the people they love. Picture the long journey. From the World Cup final stage in New Jersey, through a long, exhausting cross-continental flight, cutting through jet lag that leaves the body feeling completely worn out, until finally landing back on home soil, South Korea. For a public figure as big as Taehyung, moments like this coming home are almost always in the spotlight. Incheon Airport, for instance, is known for always being packed every time a BTS member returns from an overseas schedule. Fans who've been waiting for hours beforehand, media cameras on standby, and of course the small waves of excitement every time their idol appears through the arrival gate. But behind that public frenzy, there's a much more personal, much more touching side: how his closest circle of friends reacts. For those who don't know, Taehyung has a tight-knit group of close friends widely known to the public as the Wuga Squad. This group includes Taehyung himself, actor Park Seo-joon, actor Park Hyung-sik, actor Choi Woo-shik, and singer Peak Boy. Their friendship isn't just a casual celebrity acquaintance. It's a bond that's been tested over many years, even immortalized in the variety show In the Soup, Friendcation. Throughout Taehyung's career, especially during the biggest moments of his life, the Wuga Squad has always been the first circle to show up and support. When Taehyung left to begin his mandatory military service back in late 2023, his Wuga Squad friends were there to see him off with genuine warmth. And when he finally completed his service in mid-2025, their reunion moment went viral. The Wuga Squad welcomed him back with a reunion photo that recreated their farewell photo almost exactly, right down to matching white t-shirts printed with the word Hwanyeongi, meaning welcome in Korean. That moment instantly moved ARMY and netizens around the world. Many commented on how warm their friendship was, how genuine the affection from Taehyung's friends felt, always showing up at every major turning point in his life, from the day he left to the day he came back. So it's no surprise that every time Taehyung returns from a major schedule like a world tour or an international stage like this World Cup final, many fans immediately start hoping, will the Wuga Squad once again show up to welcome him with that same warmth they always bring? This is the part fans have been most excited about lately. Looking at the pattern that's played out repeatedly throughout Taehyung's journey with his friends, Many fans are hopeful that once he wraps up his entire schedule, from the European leg of the World Tour to his historic performance at the World Cup final, he'll once again be welcomed with that same warmth by his closest circle. Looking at how the Wuga squad has always behaved, they consistently find unique ways to celebrate the important moments in their friend's life. Whether it's a simple photo posted on social media, casually hanging out together, or even a spontaneous getaway to unwind after an exhausting schedule, like the trip they once took together to Hawaii. Picture that moment happening again. After months of grueling, emotionally draining international schedules, TAEHYUNG comes home to Korea, greeted with warm hugs from friends who've been by his side since long before he became this famous. Not camera flashes, not fan hysteria, but simple warmth from people who truly know him as Kim TAEHYUNG, not just as V of BTS. This is exactly what always makes ARMY melt whenever the Wuga squad comes up. Because in the middle of an entertainment world full of demands and pressure, having a circle of friendship this genuine and this consistent is something rare, even for an international superstar. Many netizens across various social media platforms have also voiced the same hope, that TAEHYUNG's friendship with the Wuga squad will keep enduring no matter how busy each of their careers gets. Some say a friendship like this is a reminder that no matter how big someone's celebrity status becomes, the basic human need to have people to come home to never stops mattering. Small moments like these are often even more touching than the biggest achievements on stage. Because everyone can see the roar of thousands of fans, but only the people closest to him can see the real exhaustion behind that stage smile. And only they know the best way to make their friend truly feel like he's home. If we stop to reflect a little deeper, TAEHYUNG's journey throughout 2026 really mirrors the bigger journey of BTS as a whole. From the difficult period of mandatory military service that temporarily separated them, to finally reuniting as a complete group of 7, to their comeback with a new album, to embarking on a massive world tour, all the way to making history on a stage as big as the World Cup final. This hasn't been an easy road. The pressure of being a public figure at this level is enormous. Every movement watched, every word analyzed, every performance compared against the expectations of millions of people worldwide. But amid all that pressure, what makes this journey feel human are exactly these small moments. Coming home, a hug from an old friend, simple warmth far away from the camera's gaze. For ARMY, moments like these are often the most precious to witness. Not just the big achievements on stage, but also how their idol continues to nurture genuine relationships with the people around him. How he stays a regular human being underneath all the glamour of fame, and how real friendship can survive the test of time and distance. TAEHYUNG himself, on many previous occasions, has been known as someone who deeply values personal relationships and loyalty to his close friends. It's this quality that has made many people, even those outside the BTS fandom, respect and admire him as a person, not just as a K-pop idol. So that's the long journey TAEHYUNG has been on throughout the middle to end of July 2026, from the grand stages of the Ararang World Tour across 5 major European cities, to the global spotlight of the 2026 World Cup final alongside legendary names in world music, all the way back home to his own country, with millions of ARMY hoping to see him once again surrounded by the warmth of his closest friends in the Wuga squad. This journey reminds all of us that behind the glitz of the stage and the glare of the cameras, there's just a regular human being who needs rest, who needs a hug, and who needs a home to come back to. If this video moved you, don't forget to hit like and share it with fellow ARMY so more people can learn about this incredible journey. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest updates about BTS and its members. Let us know in the comments, which moment from TAEHYUNG's journey this year touched you the most? Was it his performance at the World Cup final? Or was it this warm, long-awaited homecoming? Thanks so much for watching until the end. See you in the next video, and stay strong, ARMY.